Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I am updating you guys on Eyes Project Pan, which was created by Deb from Deb B here on YouTube. And this runs from January the 4th of 2023 to December 31st of 2023. And it is, of course, Eyes Project Pan, which is Enjoy Your Eyeshadows. And there are monthly updates, and there's basically no rules. You can pre-select, you can wait till you go through the whole month and select and then talk about them after. You can add in anything. Apparently that's eyes. That's what Deb is doing. I'm just doing eyeshadows. But this month is going to be a little different for me. Normally I pre-select a whole bunch of eyeshadow palettes, but I have been using quite a few eyeshadow palettes in projects because it's been really hard for me to find things to bring into prompts because I'm overloaded on bronzers and blushes and highlighters and contour powders and all this stuff that is just like, it's at the point where it's like very overwhelming. So I'm going to talk to you about the eyeshadow palettes that I brought in last month, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So the first one that I have is the Pat McGrath Moonlit Seduction eyeshadow palette. This one is, it's beautiful, but the two rose shades here are almost identical. And it really doesn't, it's like the same tone, almost the same shade. Like one is slightly warmer than the other. I just feel like it's beautiful for the shimmers, but the mattes are like, I don't know, she could have done better. She could have put something other than rose in here because I feel like this is a companion palette now. Now the outer corner is okay. I can definitely deepen up the outer corner a bit with the shade, but I would have been happier if this was like a neutral brown, like a neutral or warm brown. Because there's golds and stuff in here where it would have been nice to have like maybe a brown tone instead of always rose. So I'm at the point where it's like, I don't know how many more of these Pat McGrath palettes I need in my life, because in all honesty, like, yeah, the special shades are great, but I could get special shades from indie brands for way cheaper. So I did enjoy this palette a lot. I feel like the fun, like really beautiful special shades and the like satiny or shimmer shades are really beautiful. I will swatch a couple for you guys here on my hand. I'll do the two that are like the least shimmery. I feel like these are more satiny than shimmery, but one is very, very white frosty and one is like really beautiful and neutral. This is why I would have loved to see another sort of like medium tone brown instead of two rose shades. I'll also swatch the rose shades for you guys so you can kind of see, like, they're practically the same. Once they're on the eye, like, you're not going to see much of a difference. So, yeah. And then we'll do the really frosty, shimmery kind of shade. Actually, I had a little bit of the rose tone underneath that. That should be just a little bit more, or a little less pink, I should say. And then this is the really gorgeous gold shade, which is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. It's very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful, but I would always wait for a deal with this because it's just too expensive, but I love it, except for the two matte shades. The next one I have is the Plain Jane eyeshadow palette from Adept Cosmetics. I don't have Plain Jane Remastered and I want it so badly, but apparently it is being discontinued and I just don't have money right now to purchase it, so I'm pretty disappointed about that. This is really gorgeous. Like I said, I did want the other one as well, but yeah, I can only do what I can do, right? So, and I have lots of eyeshadow, so I can't be too disappointed. You can see I have quite a few really good dips going in these eyeshadows, which makes me appreciate a lot that I am using my eyeshadows. So this is one of the pink shades. We'll do some swatches for you guys. This one I used quite a bit. It was really lovely, but I can feel like it's getting a little bit chalky almost, but it's like a gold to a pink and it's really beautiful. And then I also used this greeny brown shade, which is very creamy, almost like almost feels super silicone-y, like really, really soft and greasy, but really pretty. But it's just a gorgeous eyeshadow palette, but definitely a companion palette. But I would pay for an entire thing of special shades to companion with a neutral eyeshadow, like basic bitch eyeshadow palette, over something like the Pat McGrath where there's like two of basically the same shades in there. The next one that I have, and the last one that I have this month, I only brought in 3, was the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sugar and Spice eyeshadow palette. I used this one the least, only because the month before I used it a lot. And it's gorgeous. I do have a little bit of this on today in the inner portion. The rest is my Strange and Unusual eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay, or no, not Beauty Bay, Bella Beauty Bar. So I will swatch a couple of these eyeshadows for you guys here. We have a couple of the matte shades. Now I don't have any primer on, so they're going to be a little bit more dull. But then this shade is called Star Anise, which is absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. It's just so beautiful. Ugh, okay. And then Nutmeg. This Nutmeg shade reminds me a lot of the Minka palette from Adept Cosmetics, as well as from the Nearly Natural eyeshadow palette from Glaminatrix as well. So this one is very beautiful. Although I feel like some of the matte shadows I wouldn't pair with the shimmers, but that's just me and how I do my eyeshadow. Sorry, my throat is getting dry. But yeah, these are the eyeshadow palettes that I used. I also have been using, now these are in projects, but I used my Power Hungry eyeshadow palette from MAC Cosmetics, and I have mostly been using this matte shade right here and a little bit of the shade for my highlight, like to highlight my brow bone, and then sometimes the shade right here. So I'm trying to get as much use as I can on this, but it's not my favorite. I do love MAC Cosmetics, but I just feel like that palette is so basic, like way too neutral and blah. Like there's no depth to it. There's no like mid-tone shades or really deep shades. It's just light. Everything's light and it's too light for me. I have also used the Midwinter Dream, the Strange and Unusual, and the Stila Eyes Are the Window Soul palette. And I think that's, no, I've also used a couple of singles from Glaminatrix and the Waiting Room eyeshadow palette from Melt Cosmetics, which, oh my god, I wish they came out with more of this stuff because it is absolutely gorgeous. But when you look at the shades, they look a lot lighter in the pan than they do on the eye. Everything is really dark on the eye. But that's everything. I'm going to actually pick at my leisure over the next month because it's going to be October and I just want to use what I want to use. Yes, honey, I loving you. Mom. Love you. Are you dancing? He's dancing. Okay, that's everything. I will talk to you guys in the next update about what I used for the month. But I'm going to basically use the stuff in my projects and stuff that I randomly grab for, and I'll see how I feel. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Deb and everyone else who's doing this project. Like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!